We back, baby.
Oh man, happy February, everybody. Happy
Yes.
February, man. Welcome to the Free Cage Podcast, where we lock into a free state of mind each and every pay week on all DSPs, of course. And to my right, I got my main guy, my ace. My left on my right is Mr. Shawn, better known as Mr. Senor Lee on all your socials.
You know.
And me, I'm Kenny, man, also known as Ken Kapnick on all socials. Now, today, man, it's episode 51, but if you haven't checked out episode 50 last show, it was a really good one, man. We got to speak with the one and only Mr. Lawrence Fauntleroy out of Lehman College School of Business. Real cool cat. A lot of gems dropped. If you haven't caught that, go catch that. Go subscribe and do what you got to do as always.
Yes,
But
sir.
yeah, man, it's February. It's Black History Month. But yo, man, we haven't. Yo, New Year's was like yesterday, bro.
That's
How
a
you
fact.
been, man? How has the year been so far for you, my guy?
The year's been a little busier than I thought it would be.
Right?
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
was gonna slow down for some reason.
exactly. Like, so if any of you live in the New York City area, there was the nursing strike that kicked things off, right?
Mhm.
And that just put a bunch of stuff in motion that caused a lot of chaos. But thankfully that got resolved, and now we're back to the bottom line, and it's just everybody's trying to catch up after being off for the New Year's and the holidays. And if you were prepared for right now, you're busy dealing with all those people who are probably catching up with their emails right now. So that's pretty much how it started. But yeah, just some notable things, man. I baked cookies for the first time
From scratch?
from scratch, bro.
Hey, congratulations,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
You're only married to a baker, man. But congratulations, you have the cheat code. But,
yeah. So,
gotta ask, what kind of cookies were they?
chocolate on chocolate, man. Double chocolate.
Double chocolate up at
Yeah,
the
man.
gate.
At the gate. out
That's
the
a
gate,
bold
man.
move.
It was. It was.
Was it Darius approved? That's what we need to know.
Oh, I mean, yes. Hell
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Hell
Whew.
yeah. You know what I mean?
If Darius looked at you and said, "Yo, pops,
This ain't
let,
it, right?
let mom do what mom do."
Oh yeah. Nah, It was. You know what it is, man. Sometimes you just in the crib and you see them in there doing stuff so much, and it's like, let me go in there and see what all this is about. Let me see what all the fuss is about. I'm not going back in there again. That was
First and last.
grand opening, grand closing, baby. Like
Oh.
the churning of the, with the sugar and the flour and the cocoa powder and all of this. I was like, dude, it was a workout.
Carpal tunnel acting
Yeah,
up.
oh man, like I was,
Thumb locking up on you.
yeah, we did arms that day, so it didn't make no sense. Like I was pissed off, man. The next thing is last month, of course, was Lunar New Year,
Yes.
and it's actually the year of the rabbit, 2023. Got to host a tabling, so that was really cool.
How'd it go?
It went really good because at our location, not a lot of people come into the office, but
Okay.
as soon as you tell people that you're giving some things away, they come running.
Oh,
you know
every
what I mean?
time. Every time.
But it was still good engagement, and it's always great to collaborate with people from different cultures. And this is the Asian American Pacific Islander community, so it was really, really cool. And
Quick question for you before you jump to the next item. In light of what was happening in California, unfortunately, with the
Yes.
killings, was it a somber event? Was it still joyous? Was people able kind of to get through that?
So that's perfect timing. That's exactly what I was gonna go to next. It was almost like they're not happy about it, but you can't let it bring down the celebration.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And one of the groups that we have at our health system is really trying to battle that stigma and that just really just going against anti-Asian hate. And it was sad that we had to celebrate on the heels of something like that. But at the same time, man, you got to be proud of your culture. You got to celebrate your culture. But yeah, you bring it up, man. Prayers to all those people.
Of course, of course.
That was just, it was sad to see.
Yeah, California, they're going through it, but
Yeah. But one interesting thing about it is they have the Chinese zodiac. So I learned that my animal is the pig.
how'd you feel about that?
I mean, at first, of course, I was like, damn, the pig. Like,
I said I just stopped pork like a year ago.
yeah. Like, my whole life I'm out here thinking I'm a dragon having the last name Lee, and turns out I'm a
Yeah,
pig this whole time.
I
So
heard.
then I looked up your birthday year.
Shit.
You wanna know what you are?
I got a feeling I'm a rat or a horse for some reason. What
You're
about it?
right.
Damn, I was hoping I wasn't. Damn, I was hoping I wasn't. Yeah, man, don't whatever y'all do, man. Don't rob no bank with me, man. I'm not. I don't think I'm your guy per my Chinese zodiac. I might be the guy asking for a Big Mac in the room with the light on me. Like, yeah, I know where he live. I know his mom's too.
Yeah, but other than that, wife is grinding, son is, just growing up right in front of my eyes, man. It's
That's
beautiful.
what's
to see.
up, man. Beautiful, beautiful month of January. That's
Hell
what's
yeah.
up, man.
How about
That
you,
is what's
player?
up. January's been very similar to what you were saying. A lot quicker and a lot busier than expected. After the holidays, you kind of want to take a fake break. You can't go on vacation. You got to pay those bills off from the gifts. But you was hoping you might be able to sneak a nap in at least, and
Yeah.
it just never came. You know what I mean? But outside of that, kids doing good. My oldest, man, she's playing ball now. The oldest daughter and the youngest daughter, they're both playing ball. Sorry about that.
Yes.
But unfortunately, like my baby's team can't get no wins right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, not for nothing, the whole team started around the same time as far as organized basketball, having a ref, court rules and whatnot. But honestly, when the season started, half of them couldn't even dribble the ball. You know what I'm saying? So to see where they are now, milestones.
Hey.
But your milestones is somebody else's iceberg. You know what I'm saying? So we just getting stepped on by everybody in the league right now. But hey, man, next season we coming back full force. Everybody
yeah.
know how to dribble, rebound, shoot. But this year was definitely a learning experience for all of them. You know what I mean? Like, and they all figured out that they don't like losing. So now that you know that, you got something to work towards for next season. But other than that, man, life is great, man. Can't complain at all.
Yeah, shout out to Richie for holding down
Word,
the biddies.
word, holding the biddy division down. Like, and I'm happy with the biddies. They don't really keep the points up because, listen, WNBA, I'm happy they doing what they doing. But every basketball game I've been to with the girls, whether it be the biddy division or the sixth grade, somebody's crying every game. Hit to the face, scratch that penetrated some skin. Tears is getting bust every quarter on the And hey, I get it, the young girls, man, but I be trying to tell my girl, hey, man, it's no crying in basketball, but as soon as I see the tears, I'm crying with them and shit. It's like, come, baby, oh, fuck that team. You know what I mean? But it's been going good, man. No complaints, no complaints.
That's what's out, man. Shout out to Savannah and Kennedy getting it.
Getting it, man.
All right, man. So, like my man said, it's Black History Month, man. We officially starting it. And for me, Black History Month is one of those months where everything lies on the black people's shoulders. You know what I mean? Like, it's great to celebrate Black history, but it'd be great if it wasn't just so packed into the shortest month in the year and everybody looks to you and says, so what are we going to do?
And I don't be having nothing for them. There's no cool black event, although cool black stuff in December. Not that we can't do nothing Festivus in February, but nobody's listen. Those MLK flyers and shit from January. Listen, man, don't bring those in February, man. Don't do that.
Hey, man, listen, let me tell you something. We didn't get to talk about that statue yet.
Oh, shit.
Matter of fact, did we talk about
We
it
spoke
on the
about
live?
it quickly
We
on the
spoke
live.
about it quickly on the live. So after you done with that, we'll touch slightly on it because that was something. Matter of fact, y'all got to go to Instagram and check out our live discussion. We ain't even going to do that. Go to Instagram, check
the
it out.
embrace. It embraced all right. But Black History Month is it's 28 days of trying to be your best version of black you could be.
Right.
You don't want to do nothing too crazy. I really just wish blacks got some extra PTO days this month just to go, hey man, you got this far, you're black. You still got a job. You still here. Hey, we love you for being here. Here's extra 5 PTO days, but you got to use them in February. Whatever. I get the
Mm-hmm.
stipulation. I won't be here the last week of February. Like, you know what I'm saying? But until we get some more caveats, man, it feels like it's just another month, but I'm happy for the celebration nonetheless.
Facts. I'll even take tax breaks
Whew,
for the month, man. You
whew.
can't. Don't defer it. Don't push it to that. None. Like
No, just
don't
give me
don't
all
hit me
my
with
check.
nothing.
Give me all
Yeah,
my check, fam.
that's it.
That'd be
I'll take
nice.
it, man. But you know, there are still things that are going to be going on. Some of the things you can do: support a black-owned business, support a black artist, support a black volunteer group,
Hmm.
join a book club or a poetry club that honors either black authors or black poets. There's plenty of things you could do. It's the usual stuff, but I can't stress enough that it needs to be a year-round thing, just like everything else, right?
Hmm.
March is going to be Women's History Month, right? Every month we should be talking about doing something for women's history. So, yes, it's Black History Month. Yay! I'm proud to be black. Power to the people. But it just needs to there needs to be a continuation. It's like the NBA, right? You know what I'm saying? Don't just call a foul, man. Count the points after. You know, let's
Yeah,
keep this
yeah.
thing going.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah. And then, of course, being in the health system, it's also Heart Health Month. Fellas, I can't stress enough, especially my African American fellas, make sure you are getting checked routinely. We are one of the highest percentages in heart diseases, so please go get yourselves checked out.
I will dedicate a good bowl of honey nut Cheerios to myself this month. The big Friday bowl too. You know what
Yes,
I'm
yes,
saying?
yes.
They are one of the, I guess, healthiest cereals on the market because the rest of them is nothing but sweets. Like all of them,
That's a
honestly,
fact.
all of
That's a
them.
fact. Even though I love corn pops, but that's for another
You
discussion.
still fuck with corn pops?
I'm lying. I haven't had corn pops in like 10 years, probably longer than that. But that's the last cereal I probably really had on the regular.
Oh, man. I can't hold you. Cereal, they took it off the market. Waffle crisp.
Mm.
That was my thing for a long time. And then when I got a job, I was able to go get my own groceries. It felt like it disappeared.
Yeah.
Like they knew I was gonna go crazy. Like, you know, said, give me 8 boxes now. You know what I mean?
What
It
is
was
it like
gone.
Jay Z and what the streets is watching? I need that
All
whole
of
row.
these, all of them, 10 to go. You know what I mean?
Oh
But I was
man.
definitely looking, but it's gone for life.
Yeah. All right, everybody. It is that section of the show that you love, the question segment, where we dive in to the questions that you may be asking, that you may be thinking about, that you're scared to talk about, but we talk about it here.
Hmm.
First of all, I think this is a perfect time to thank everybody for joining our IG live. We are live every Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern time because we're expanding now. We're talking to people in different coasts.
Yeah, gotta let them know Eastern time.
So now
Eastern is important.
we're learning, we're growing,
Yep,
right? So the first question we have here is, I heard this line where they said, follow your dreams or do you follow your heart? What do you think about when you hear that, and which one would you pick?
It's funny when I hear this. My wife is gonna shoot me, but when I hear this, it's more so like, don't let your wife stop you from meeting the woman of your dreams.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? It
talk
sounds
about
fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I first think about when I kind of see this question. But follow your dreams or follow your heart? My heart and my gut, same thing, right? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for the most part. So dreams or your gut feeling, you gotta go with your gut. Like it's usually, if it makes any sense, it's a realer outcome than your dreams would be sometimes.
Mm.
A gut check is something that's usually in front of you. You can make a split decision, A or B, whatever. But your dreams, the bad thing with dreams is it's never the whole picture. It's usually a piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to wake up and figure out the rest of the fucking puzzle. And that's great when your dreams get accomplished because you was able to get all those pieces together and go on
Mm-hmm.
that dream voyage. But I would lean on the follow your heart / gut side of this question.
Got you. And yeah, it makes sense because at this point, the only thing I could think about is they're talking about emotion versus ambition,
Correct.
at least from my perception, right? Because if I am passionate about something, then it's in my heart, and my dream may be to be successful in it. So if you couldn't put an or in between them, now it's like I thought the same way you did. Like, don't let love stop you from going after what you really want to do in life. So honestly, for me, it would be the same. I would follow my heart because I know I can be happy doing something subpar with somebody that I really love and that I know cares for me, and in my heart we're going to ride this life out together, than chasing this dream of being this, let's say, just polarizing figure that's very adorned and loved, but not having that love in my heart for that one that got away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that would haunt me. I would cry in my $100 bills in my
Yeah.
mansion every day.
Hey, Future said it, man.
You know.
Much rather cry in the Benz, bro,
Yeah, you know what
instead
I
of the
mean?
bus stop.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll be happy in a Subaru, man. Like, nothing against people who drive Subarus, but
Somebody with a Subaru is like, man,
unsubscribe.
word. I knew I ain't like these niggas. But,
All right,
I'm gonna
cool.
take this question to the to an occupational hazard.
Okay.
Like, basketball is still your favorite sport for the most part.
Yeah.
Right out of high school, if you had the choice of going to Italy to pursue that, basketball career versus the internship at the company you always wanted to get into, which one would you have went of? Would you have went with your dreams of the basketball player stardom, or following your heart with a company you're looking into, something that you could grow with, something that you felt passionate about as well? How would you have made that choice?
Mm. At that age, I probably would have went after the dream.
Italy it is.
Yeah.
He said Kobe was out there, man. It's got to be cool.
Yeah,
Kobe did
like
it. Okay.
I can't see an opportunity like that because at that point in my life, what I was dealing with on let's say an emotional tip was completely different. And the history of that would have probably made me just go chase Italy because it would have just been the decision I made, and then on top of it, just the pros and the cons would have it would have led me to Italy at that
Man,
time
I'm out.
without
I'm
revealing too much.
Yeah, I speak Italian now. You know what I mean? That's so nice.
You
Okay.
know what I mean? It is nothing against what was going on at that time. It's just that'd have
Okay.
been the process.
I respect it. Okay. Here's our next question I got for you. Do you know of any, or if you do, how many people in your life may use you as the lean on me friend or associate?
Mm.
For example, like they may vent often,
Mm-hmm.
but never quite ask what you're going through. Just continuously use your shoulder to lean on, cry on, vent on. Whew, got that out my system. All right, bro. See you later. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that it's a good or bad thing, but do you have people like that in your life, and does that bother you at all? Does it matter? Because you're very good with advice. So I don't. After you give advice, does anyone ever ask you, "Hey, is there anything I can help you with?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a great question. Yes, there are
okay,
people like that in my life, and I love y'all. So don't think I ain't never venting
hey,
Shawn again.
he just gave me some good advice the
You know
other
what I
day.
mean? I love it. I think that's my one calling in life, to just listen to people. I have always been that person that has just seemed like I had it together.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why nobody really asked me, "Yo, how are you?"
It's fucked up. It's fucked up,
You
man.
know what I mean? and it's okay. You know what I mean? I wish I could sit here and say, nah, I wish more people asked me how I was doing, but it's okay because I've just learned that maybe the world has more than enough people who talk. So it needs listeners.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Okay.
It needs listeners, and I don't mind being that person. And the one thing about most of those people is they probably lead the conversation with "How are you doing?" Because they know they need to go last.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Yeah.
when they go,
Yeah.
they go.
Damn. Yeah. It's one of those, at work, going to the store. Anybody need anything? You do it as a courtesy.
Yeah.
It's always that one person. Yo, let me get some chips.
Yeah, man. What about you, man?
um, I found out I do by accident because I didn't notice it until it was brought to my attention, and then when it was, I go, nah. Then a couple follow up questions came through, and it's like, well, did they ever ask you? I'm like, well, no, not necessarily, but like, then you're being used. I'm like, I'm okay being used verbally. If that makes any sense. Like, what I mean? It's not like, every time there's a conversation, I'm like, yo, what happened to my wallet? Like, it's not one of
Yeah.
those. It's just, you know, they like to pick my brain. I give them good thoughts, feedback, what you should do. Very similar to you when I can. I don't get as much questions, thank God. But every so often, I might get somebody, hey, it's been a lot. And I'm like, damn. I was just about to press play on this Netflix show.
Yeah.
But I found out through the grapevine that there are a few people in my life, so to speak, that may use me for the lean on me friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta confess, I'm okay with it. I
Yeah.
wasn't I wasn't mad at it when it was brought to my attention. I was just like, wow, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep an eye on it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have much of a rebuttal. I was just like, that's dope. I didn't even thought of that aspect as far as not like I'm not a therapist. It's not here for that. Just more so, hey, let me pick your brain. Oh, cool. I like thinking about shit, and it always works out in that way. But yeah, I found out unfortunately that I'm being used. So yeah, man, it's been rough.
Welcome to the club,
Welcome to the
man.
club, man. We hiring. Oh man.
All right. As we move over to politics and business, I'll let you start with the embattled Republican
Oh,
first, and then
all
I'll.
right. For those of you who gave your time, blood, sweat, subscription to listen to the show, and if you happen to live in New York, there's a Republican on the scene by the name of George Santos. A few months back, the lies just started coming out, and we didn't know his lies. We just assumed it was his life story.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was Jewish. We believed him. Whoever looks into that, nobody. Why would you lie about that? Comes to find out, he just said, "Nah, I'm Jew, big space ish." And he didn't laugh. He was dead serious when he said it. So everybody was just looking at him confused, like, "Yo, this is a politician who just lied about his ethnicity. Why would he? What's the point?" I guess he got the Jewish vote. All right, cool. And not for nothing, New York just brushed that under the rug. And then a video surfaces when he was dressed in drag in Brazil.
Mm.
And they asked him about it. Hey, Mr. Santos, is this you? Red dress? He's like, listen, I had a life. Yo, when I heard that, I was like, nah, that can't be the response, right? Like, you can't. You're a politician. You out here for the people. Like, and hey, whatever walk of life you've gone through, going through, will go through, hey, somebody's going to support it. But if you're going to be on a public panel to that extent, you should, some stuff you should come out with out front. Let
Yeah.
everybody know from the gate, hey, I'm not Jewish. My mom didn't die during 9/11, like I told y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just it was just a lot of shit building up that nobody was. Why would a politician lie about this?
Yeah.
Turns out he did. So, my question is, like, the fact that, like, Trump became president, stayed president, still not giving up his paperwork. How long can he keep this job? Like, most politicians lie about little white lies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like yes, we're gonna move these funds from here to here and
Yeah.
help everybody.
We're gonna fix
Yeah,
all the roads and improve the schools and
stat.
yeah, yeah.
And we always gobble it up. Everybody loves the kids and clean roads, right? But we accept those lies. We take those lies to the face. It's like, hey, we know it's a big task, but you're putting your best foot forward. We appreciate that. But when you just coming out the gate with the hey, it worked. It's going to be hard for the people around you, your constituents, to believe anything that you do say going
Oh
forward.
yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I think there was another story about he was supposedly doing a GoFundMe collection for a veteran
Mm.
for his dog that had like cancer or whatever,
Oh,
and the funds never made it to the guy.
you Shawn King thing?
Yo,
You
man. And
Shawn Kingdom?
when he
Oh,
when when the veteran reached out to the George, he was like, "Yo, what's up with this stuff, man?" And he was like, "Oh, he just stopped contacting him or whatever." And then when he found out about all the lies and stuff, he was like, "Oh, okay, this guy's full of shit."
He's a whole catfish. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So
But
now, of course, George Santos' office is talking about, "Oh no, he's lying," whatever the case may be. It was crazy.
like, don't get me wrong, you can't get fired for lying, but if you were voted into a position,
Mm-hmm.
there's got to be a revote or
Yeah.
something. There has to be some sort of protocol. Like, I just don't get it. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, George Santos, man, your days got to be numbered, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You
For
can't
sure.
keep showing
man.
up to City Hall with a straight face, bro.
Nah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Uh,
Oh man, but so the cool thing about my health system is they do these, let's say, deep dive sessions, right?
mm,
And one of the topics this past week was tokenism. So
hmm.
when I first saw it, instantly I thought about, man, I remember when I used to get on the train for $1.25. You know what I'm saying?
Remember tokens?
Yeah, exactly, right? But this has real meaning behind it, people. So the simplified definition of this, and this is from Merriam-Webster, is the practice, tokenism is the practice of doing something such as hiring a person who belongs to a minority group only to prevent criticism and give the appearance that people are being treated fairly.
Mm.
So instantly when I hear this, I'm like, shit, am I the token black? Now the token black guy makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I knew it was always a line, but I never really understood the connection between token and black guy. But
Yeah.
now, in finally getting all these definitions and learning more, it's like, wow. So you start to look at all those times when everybody looked at you because you were the black dude in the group and said,
Mm-hmm.
hey, what does that mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Every time. It's like every
Yeah.
time. I think the token black guy needs like its own group. Like if you are the only black guy in any association you are involved with, there should be a help group for you specifically where
I
you
agree.
and other token black guys can come together and be like,
I agree.
you too? Yeah, man, me too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because
Yeah.
believe it, it's funny, as rare as it is, there are a lot of different companies, organizations, societies, clubs, whatever workforce, where there's really just one black guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be naive and go, no, he worked his way to that position because 95% of the chance they did. But the 5% that got hired just because, like, it's qualified enough, let's give him a shot. Ended up, excelling. Now you're just the only black guy because they'll never, not that they're not looking for another black guy, but we filled our quota. So
Exactly.
it's It's
Exactly.
dicey, man. That is dicey.
Yeah, because it involves detailed information, and then it involves collecting data for a certain amount of time. Like you
Hmm.
said, right? All right, the first black guy got hired in 2005. Is there a requisite to hire five more before 2010 or 10 more? Like, and now it becomes where, and I think this has actually really happened, people of other races can sue because they feel like they're not getting positions because you're trying to fill it with a black person or
Mm-hmm.
whatever minority group quota you're trying to meet.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the semantics of it, exactly what you're saying, is where it gets very dicey.
Hmm.
You're right on point. Yeah.
Remember, remember Rachel Nichols?
Oh
Ugh,
yeah.
ugh. She's like,
Oh yeah.
she's like, but she just got the job. Excuse me?
A lot of things coming. As you can see,
The
the
merch is here.
merch
The merch is
is
here.
on.
You gotta plug that. We shop FCP.
Yeah,
It's awesome, man.
FCP. You know what I'm
Shop it,
saying? Definitely, man. If you look in the comments, if you look in the link, you know what I mean? Just click on there. We got everything for you. We got something for the men, something for the women, something for the kids. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate all the love you show, man. You can reach out to us, connect with us on social media, all that good stuff, man. Really, we're just so thankful that you spent this time with us.
Yeah, man. You could have been doing anything else. We appreciate you, man.
For
We really
real,
do.
for real, man. And if you purchase anything, just tag us in it or tag Freedom Cage Podcast in it, man. We appreciate it. We want to get it out there. Yep.
Got her out of town quick.
Yeah. And there was one point that one person shared in the group that was interesting. They said, "What if we flip this on its head and say, let's stop thinking about race and let's just hire the best people who are interested in the job?"
Hmm.
And it makes sense because I kind of had to do that with the employee resource group and slowly doing it with the commitment to caring group that we have in
Hmm.
our health system because everybody has shit going on.
Hmm.
And as much as you try to be inclusive and say, okay, we want all voices, do you really want all voices? Do you really want a bunch of chefs in the kitchen? Because now it becomes, all right, you can't make everybody happy,
No.
but you want everybody's input,
Yes.
right? So at some point, after you've gone over a couple years or a couple whatever, you start to say, okay, we gotta condense this because this is too much at once.
Hmm.
We have some people who show up all the time. We have some people who show up when they want to. If they're even there, they're not there.
Hmm.
But at least you have over time having at least the full inclusive group. And now you say, okay, we have enough years of seeing everyone together. Now we know who takes initiative,
Hmm.
who's truly interested, who's good at what. So now we've evaluated to the point where we can say, okay, now let's put some roles to this, right?
Hmm.
Let's have someone who's in charge of subcommittees, who's in charge of the minutes, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So honestly, for me, I understood when that person said, we can't just always make this about race,
Hmm.
even though that's why we're here having these conversations, right? Because
Yeah.
our race has continuously over 450, 500 years, whatever year we're at now, been criticized, been undervalued, underrepresented everywhere you look. So yeah, it's always going to be at the top of the discussion when you look at who's the people in charge.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then from there, you hope that you can get so diverse up there that now it's like, okay, now that we have all this diverse people up here, who's really good at what they're doing up
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
And
For
how do
sure.
we make sure we keep good people up there versus everybody that looks the same? But then here's the conundrum. What if only everybody that looks the same is good at this job?
Yeah, that's where shit gets sticky. The second part to that is, hiring the best person, the most interested.
Yes.
My question is like, where are you searching for this person? Are you in front of Harvard looking for this person? Are you at a HBCU looking for this person? Because that's a difference.
Yes.
It'll change the whole dynamic. You go to HBCU, you'll find hundreds of people that are interested, qualified to do that job. You go to Harvard, you'll find hundreds of people that are interested, qualified to do that job. But then when it comes to comparing this piece of paper to that piece of paper,
Oh yeah.
this paper wins a lot.
Yeah.
And it's it's nothing bad against it, but it's just, there's upper versions of this and there are non-upper versions
Yeah.
of that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So now it comes down to making the better choice. But if the better choice happen to have a higher tuition, does that really make it the better choice? Now is you got to ask more questions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need more questions.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It was a great discussion, man. I was
Tokenism.
really good with it. Yep. Tokenism.
first time I seen that word.
Yeah.
Tokenism. I'm definitely using that this week on something.
Yeah.
Is that tokenism going on with this?
I'll tell you now.
I can't
If
wait.
if you have like 3 white people around you, cool people, down with them, and they turn around and ask you, "Hey, Kenny, how do you get sturdy?" That's tokenism. That's tokenism.
I don't know if people. I hope people don't do this, but I do this a lot because I am the unfortunate, the black guy, right? So when I get these dumbass questions, like, say, what's sturdy mean? Or, you know what I mean? Like, what's Beyonce doing now? Like, fam, I don't know. I know exactly what it means. I know exactly what Beyonce's doing. That's like, I don't know. Never heard of it. For real? You don't know what? You've never heard of like drill? Nah, like a screwdriver? Yeah, yeah. I turn my black shit down, like, you know what I'm saying, like, on purpose, just to see how much further this is gonna go.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I know it's not cool. We shouldn't be like, putting yourself in a bubble of things you do and don't know. But some things I feel like if you don't know it, I'm not gonna be the one to teach you.
I agree.
Because as soon as I hear somebody, anybody go, oh, do the dance. Nigga, what? Like, and I'm trying to avoid that version of me. So I play stupid. I don't know. Is that slang? Miss me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I play stupid for the black card, unfortunately, in these atmospheres.
Yeah, man.
Life.
All right. Pandelina Spice made a comeback, baby. It's been, I think, a year or 6 months. It's been too long. So this is Senor Lee with your FCP Pandelina Spice update, man. It's been a minute. And post Pandelina, the FDA just talked about a proposal to have a yearly COVID vaccination. Now, people, all you got to do is go back to like episode 30 through like 39 and you'll hear Kenny talking about, what if they do this? What if they treat this like the flu? What's going to happen? We predicted a lot of shit that's happening right now. So here's the proposal. Similar approach to the flu vaccine. You would get it every year. Supposedly, this is going to simplify making the vaccine available and getting your immune system more protected against the virus. Now, the issue with this is, number one, this should be at the patient's discretion, because we cannot forget about, there is still some vaccine confidence issues out there. We will not forget the Tuskegee experiment. We don't care how much of us were forced to take that vaccine to keep our jobs, because right now we've seen not only the municipal workers in New York City get their jobs back, but now it looks like the healthcare workers are about to get their jobs back as well. I just got to get more details on that. So now, with that being said, when they spoke to a couple of like physicians in this proposal, they came up with the line that this is kind of putting the cart before the horse, because with all the sub variants that keep coming out, you cannot expect a yearly vaccine to be prepared for the continuous mutations that happen. Talk to me, brother.
Yo, keep your mask on. That's all we need. That's all we had to do, man. China was smart. Like, yo, keep your mask on. As soon as niggas ripped that shit off, flu numbers went up, allergies went up, colds went up. Niggas started licking fucking shopping carts all over again. It was disgusting, bro. Like, but uh, listen, all of this is a money play.
Oh,
Pfizer's running low on cash. Moderna's running low on cash. They put a lot of money into his shit in the last 20 months. And now they like, yo, we're not getting none of this return back. Yo, they sent my kid home last week, with the COVID test. I looked at the box. All three of them shits was expired. Yeah. I was like, yo, I was like, y'all giving my kid all work? Like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't cool. Like, yo, that's because they're not getting any new ones in. They got the surplus 12 months ago. Oh, we need more masks. We need more gloves. We need more tests. Here. Nobody ever had to fill another order again because they had so much. But now we got to get rid of shit. So they just put them in with the pumpkin cookies. Like, here you go. Here's a cookie. Here's a test. Next. Listen, Pfizer's running low on bread. Moderna's running low on bread. They need a new play. Yeah. Like, hey, man, come on back, man. We got them boosters. You know what I'm saying? Yo. I know a drug deal when I see one.
I'm pretty sure people got as much COVID tests as toilet paper in the crib right now. Like, it's ridiculous.
Check them dates, man. They'll be out there. Oh no, I'm good, fam. That's checking for the old variant, bro. It's like, you got that new. You don't even know. It's nasty, man. Nasty out there. Man. But it's definitely a money play for sure.
All right.
Oh, it's time. It's
first time.
First of the year
for 2023. FCP Minute News featuring your man Ken Kapnick.
I'm out here.
Let me know when you're ready, brother, and I will start the time.
I'm ready to go.
All right, and go.
Bang. As you know, Trump was in the White House. Niggas was not going to see him after they won their chip. But hey, man, Biden's in. Boys showed up. NBA was there. You know what I'm saying? But little did Wiggins and Jordan Poole know that there's 4K cameras on scene. They caught them eye screwing the VP, man. But hey, they're going to move on. Pocahontas, not only is she not a fictional character, but Edward Norton, the American actor, found out that's his great-great-grandmother. White people. Alec Baldwin will be charged for that manslaughter and that fatal shooting on the set. Wasn't his gun, wasn't his story, but they died, so he has to go to jail. And a couple quick shows that are out. Your Honor, Season 2. BMF, Season 2. Godfather of Harlem, Season 3. Special Forces is out. Shawn talked about it last week. Super dope. That 90s show, probably going to be trash. And Mayor of Kingstown.
Hey.
Come on, man. Hey, and for them anime fans, Demon Slayer's out too. But yeah, boom.
Ooh, boom. With a bonus.
Boom, just in case. Just in case.
Love it, brother. Love it. All right. We can move over to sports. And then we'll
all right, bro.
Talk to me.
I just want to put this precursor out. I'm all for inclusion. Everyone should be accepted. Any way, shape, form, color, creed, race, whatever you may be. If you got a passion, you follow it. Hopefully it works in your favor. But there was an 8th grader in Kentucky, Louisville to be exact, went by the name Josiah Johnson. He made his middle school's basketball team. Sounds awesome. Happy for the young man. Turns out he was born without legs. So, despite being without legs, he still made the cut for the team. Now, hey, like I said, hey, it is cool for you to chase your dreams. No pun intended. But my question is this: if your kid tried out for the same squad with two legs and didn't make it, how do you feel as a parent? Is that fair to your kid with 10 toes just because this kid didn't have 10 toes? Did he really out hustle you so much that you couldn't make the team, but he did?
This is one of those things where you start to question yourself as a parent. How do you keep us interested in it?
Thomas
And
knew what he was
season
talking
two?
about, man. No, not Carl Thomas. Was Donald Jones? Who said they didn't want to know?
I think it was Donald Jones.
Donald Jones. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
If you're playing. Yeah, man. Everybody was laughing at Donnell back then, but in hindsight, he might have been on to something. He might have been on to something.
And it's like Kenny said, right? We totally are for inclusion. If anybody,
All
any of
for
y'all
it.
been watching
All
our show,
for it.
we're all for it. But we're talking about the kid that didn't make the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is one of those moments where, as a parent, because you can't go up there and protest,
You can't.
because you have to look at your kid and say, well, what did you do that you couldn't make the team?
And not for nothing, I'm gonna be looking at my kid like, you must not have went to the tryout. Like, there's no way he out jumped you, my boy. Like, there's no way. He ain't getting no blocks. He ain't getting no rebounds. Don't get me wrong, his steals is probably up. But outside of that, I don't see how. I just don't. I don't see how that is going to work into the dynamic of a full-on 5-on-5 basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I let the dude with one arm slide. He's really good.
Yeah.
Granted, he's only got a right, but he's really good. Like, he's able to do a lot more than people with two hands can't do in basketball. And for that, I salute. My cutoff is the legs, though, bro. They have specialized leagues,
Wheelchair.
I was trying to find a better word for wheelchair, but
No,
they have.
literally.
Hey
it's
man,
cool.
it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
It's a chair with wheels, my boy.
Yeah.
They have wheelchair-based leagues for people with the passion to hoop, but might have had a deformity situation where they didn't have both working legs at the time. As a parent, I wouldn't even know if I would want my kid to try out for that team if I knew they had an obvious disadvantage. I don't think I would want to put them through that if in the event they were let down.
Mm.
But hey, kudos to the parents. Mr. Johnson himself, Mr. Josiah Johnson, did your thing, bro. Go show out this season.
Yeah.
Go show everybody you made the team for a reason, and just ball out, man. But that that very next kid that didn't make the cut, bro, you're getting roasted at the cafeteria
Oh, yeah.
table, big roasted.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yes. Yeah, man. Shout out to Josiah Jackson.
Yeah.
Or Johnson.
Johnson. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It's interesting stuff, man.
A quick side note. You remember had to be early 2000s, but for those who do frequent the New York area and have ever listened to Hot 97, back when Summer Jam was the concert to be at every, right after, was it the Puerto Rican Day Parade? It's always around that weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Hot 97 would have these in-person competitions at the studio where they would literally invite two people up and have something called Slapfest, where
Right.
I stand across you, you stand across me, I swing first, you would stand my slap, it's your turn, I would stand your slap, but this will keep going till someone can no longer withstand the slap. I thought that was going to be the only time in my life I would ever have to witness hair be intrigued by this weird uh, activity,
Mm-hmm.
but it turns out it's gone pro.
Yeah.
The power slap competition, to be exact. It's arrived. It's here, and it's a real sport. I seen ESPN highlights. It's real now. Um, I'm just curious to know, like for football, basketball, you see it at a young age. You get used to seeing what has to happen in order for you to win games. As a power slapper, like what kind of upbringing did you have to go, yeah, this is it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've always wanted to do this. Like, could you see yourself entering a power slap competition if the money was good?
No.
Even if the money was good?
No.
Is there a dollar, though,
No.
that you would accept? Come
Nope. Nope. Nope.
on.
I can't enter a sport that there's no defense for.
Even if your defense is slapping back?
that's, that's an offense.
You said,
Like I get it. Offense sometimes is the best defense,
mm-hmm.
but in this particular case, this shit hurts. Like I listen. I think as far as the upbringing, what it is these are people who are in a special frame of mind when it comes to what
Yeah.
they want to do with their livelihood and their body, right?
Short buzz.
Yeah. And on top of it, man, it's disgusting to watch because defensiveless sports, that's almost like we're going into the Roman eras now
Mm-hmm.
because this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like the human body is already not meant to take what other sports do, and they have defenses.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? MMA fighters have mouth guards.
Yeah.
You
can
know,
block.
football
Yeah.
players have mouth
Helmets.
guards and helmets and pads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Basketball players have like so on and so forth. They have ways to defend themselves. This is just stand there and hope you don't get knocked the fuck out. Like,
Yeah. It's brutal, man.
yo, but at the same time, like you just said, everybody seems to have a price that's a part of this.
Yeah, yeah. They had a dollar amount. They hit that goal. And I ain't gonna lie, if I got approached for like a good sum, I think my only stipulation, like, all right, I gotta go first. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause, hey, in my head, if I go first and it works,
He's like, I'm up.
I'm up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like, I'm not sure if I'll be ready for the amount of fear I would have if I, did the old and the dude across from the table just spit a tooth out like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? I would be like, nah, time out. Yo, ref. Yo, where that contract at? This ain't the sport I thought it was. You know what I'm saying?
You know what comes across your mind when you see him pick up his hand and it look like he light matches with that shit.
Like, yo.
Like he been lifting cinder blocks all day. Those are the scariest hands
No
in the
thanks.
world.
No
I'm not doing that.
Like, yo, I gotta go first. And if shit goes south, I'm quitting. Like I'm not I'm not even standing
tapping
there for
out.
this. I'm
Like,
tapping
nope,
out.
that's it.
Say,
I'm
nah,
good.
he has to slap you at least one time to get the money. All right. I might take a dive. I might fall for the slap coming. As soon as he wind up, just pass out. Just pass out. I might lean with the slap just to avoid some contact and just fall out.
Lean with the slap.
Just fall out. I'm not doing that. Not doing that.
that's funny.
Oh man.
All right, man. So this is releasing February 1st. At this point, we will know who is going to be in the Super Bowl. But we have a chance right now
Call it.
to call it. So, of course, you are the former high school used to give it to other teams and they didn't see what was coming at QB. Talk to me, man. Who you got in the Super Bowl?
Just for complete transparency, we were mediocre at best. But I,
He said, I don't want y'all digging up the records.
oh, man, those photos don't exist. I was searching last week myself. I couldn't find them. But all right. So we got Joe Cool going up against Mr. Mahomes himself in Kansas. Joe has had that man's number.
Yes.
I think Joe pulls it off again. I'm ready for Joe Cool to step into the spotlight as he always has been, but I think he handles business in Kansas City. Now, Philly and who are they going to get? Ooh, the 49ers. 49ers are loaded, bro.
Yeah.
Like big loaded. Pause. It's really going to be the 49ers offense versus the Eagles defense all game. Yeah. Not that, Jalen Hurts won't be doing his magic as always, but because the 49ers defense ain't nothing to sneeze at neither.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Philly did what they did to my Giants last week, I'm on Operation Fuck Philly, unfortunately. So I'm going to see the 49ers and the Bengals. I like to see them in the Super Bowl. Because if Mahomes would have beat Brady that year, I'd have been ready to crown the boy. Like, hey, man, it's not his first one. He beat the old dog. He's the new GOAT. Let him run. Let him get his run. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he couldn't beat Tom. So I'm going to move on. He'll be back, but I'm going to move on and say Joe Burrow and the Bengals will go against the 49ers.
I like those. You know what I mean? Especially a high ankle sprain, Mahomes.
That too.
I'm worried about that. I don't see. I have this fear he's not even going to last the game because they're going to come after him and they're going to come after him low.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Joe Burrow has just been so fucking impressive.
He's too cool, bro.
Yeah, he's out there having fun.
Yeah.
And we all know, we've seen it. This reminds me a lot of the Cowboys when they were just out there just having fun. Aikman was just slinging that ball around.
Are you talking about the 90s?
Yeah, 90s. Oh, yeah, my bad.
I'm like, wait.
Not right now. Yeah.
Dak is far from fun.
This reminds me of the 90s Cowboys. Yeah, like Jamar Chase is rolling, T. Higgins is rolling, Tyler Boyd is still on that team, and he even, can get you a 25, 30-yard pass at any moment. And then Joe Mixon, you still there. Samaje Perine, the backup. Like, this is, yeah, man. I agree with you. It would take a hell of a Mahomes miracle to beat this Bengals team.
And he's good. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. He is super good. But not for nothing. If I was the backup and granted, he's the star quarterback. He is the engine that keeps this locomotive running. Mm-hmm. But if he got a bad piston, you know what I'm saying? If the ankle's shot, coach ain't even looking at me right now. It's like, yo, I'm a man with a bum ankle is better than me on two?
Yeah, man.
And everybody on the team looking around going, yeah.
I mean, it is Chad Henne.
So? Your man got one ankle. Oh,
it is Chad Henne.
Man. I'm still a professional athlete. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all paid me to do a job. In the event that man get hurt, y'all need me to step in. That's why I'm memorizing these playbooks. That's why I'm taking extra reps when Mahomes leaves. Like, I'm asking the second unit, hey, you think we could do this some more run? They like, all right, Chad, kind of tired. Me and Pat kind of ran a lot today.
No disrespect to Chad Henne, but if for some reason Mahomes goes down in that game and Chad Henne comes in, everybody's leaving that stadium.
Oh,
everybody, you're going to see kids crying in the stands. And it's gonna be like it could be the second quarter. They're like, it's
Oh,
over.
it's over.
Like, we're done.
We know. He said
Chad
they still
Henne
got
is in
Joe
the
Burrow. They
game.
still got Joe Burrow over there. Both angles.
Yo,
Oh boy,
but yeah, no, I
that
think
hurts.
I think those are solid picks. As much as I would love to see Jalen Hurts do it, the 49ers defense has been consistent this year, no
Yeah,
matter who's been on the
yeah.
other side. And I think this is the one equalizer I think that they have is AJ Brown.
Mm,
If AJ Brown manages to bully, because this reminds me of what T.O. did. I think was he on the Eagles or was this the 49ers? I think when he was on the 49ers and they were playing somebody and T.O. just went off. He
mm.
just kept moving the chains, moving the chains. If Jalen Hurts can stay poised and just find AJ Brown, that might be the only thing I think that can get them over the hump. But those boys in San Francisco are just different, man.
Yeah.
There's too many of them.
And Purdy,
Yo,
as perfect as he could be.
yo,
He makes the smart play every play.
and he's got nothing to lose. If I
That too.
lose, I was the back.
I was
I was the
supposed to.
third string. I wasn't supposed to be in there.
Oh.
If I win, I'm the man, and I'm getting a bag next year. Like, so
Yeah, that rookie contract, yeah, toss it. I'm
yeah.
a Super Bowl winner now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
You know what's so crazy? Jimmy Garoppolo gotta be like one of the most. He gotta be one of the most undervalued dudes, and
yeah,
it's not his fault.
it ain't. It never
He's
is.
just he's what they thought Jalen Hurts was, and I forgot who said it. They said you can take Jalen Hurts out. It's the system. You can put anybody in there. And we saw that was bullshit, right?
Facts.
You can put any quarterback in that San Francisco system, and Kyle Shanahan is gonna make a winning team.
Yeah. Cal understands his weapons, how to use them, when to use them, field position, timing. He's really good at that OC job. You know what I'm saying? So all you gotta do is not fuck up. Don't
Yeah.
fumble. Don't throw no stupid ass passes.
Yep.
Yo, make sure we get up before the 40-second clock, and we gonna get this W, bro.
Yeah.
Just pass it to one of the stars.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you got Debo. You got
Debo.
Christian McCaffrey. You got Kittle right here. You got no reason to fuck up. And if you don't get it to them, throw that shit away or run.
That's it. That's it. And he got some wheels too. He's quick. Like, so,
Yeah, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
he's
Like,
really in a can't fuck this up situation. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
keep thinking every week, oh man, they might rattle the rookie. They
Yeah.
might rattle the rookie. I've been saying that shit for like 5 weeks. I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, I think the boy's good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the boy's
Yeah.
good. I
Yeah,
can't even
he
say
is,
nothing to
man.
him.
He is. That's the game I'm more excited to watch. I want to see how that Eagles 49ers
Yes,
game goes
yes.
down.
For sure.
Yeah, man. All right, we're going from the field to the basketball court. NBA All-Star Game will have a different draft format. What they've been doing over the last couple years, which is really cool, they had televised drafts for the two captains as they pick their teams.
Mm-hmm.
But what they are doing for 2023 for the All-Star Game, which will be in Utah, by the way, they are going to draft the captains are going to draft their teams right before the game. So having the captains draft the teams right before the game is really cool because it gives that park feel. Like when you
Yes.
show up to the court, it was like 20 of y'all there, and it's like, damn, you know what I mean? All right, I got this, and you know your other guy went next. So for those of you who don't watch NBA at all, the way it works is the two players that get the most votes are the captains, and they get to pick from the pool of the NBA players who are in the starters category and then in the reserves category. That's like the bench, right? So you can imagine now you're showing up the day of the game and you're like, all right, cool. I got this. And then, they go back, forth, right? What I think is really cool about this is this takes away the injury factor because you used to get the lineups, I think, like a couple weeks before,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'd be hyped, but then they get injured.
Yep.
So then
Hate
now
that.
the reserve got to come in and take their place. Now at least you know when you show up, these are the guys that are playing, and now I can pick my team versus the reserve would just get put in the spot.
Mm-hmm.
So it really helps the captain out. I don't
Facts.
just get, a reserve. I get to pick my team flat out, right?
That's what's up.
But I was thinking about it, right? With this new format that they're doing. I had a couple thoughts. I thought it'd be cool if instead of 12-man teams, have a 5-man team and see who stays on the court the longest.
I mean,
Like just like half court back in the day. You know what I mean? Like 3 or 4 guys or 5 guys, and you just play half court until 24.
we got next. Okay,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we got next shit. And you can keep, game is 24 to keep the whole Kobe feel in
Correct,
there, right?
Correct.
Now, if you get to, let's say, a sudden death or an OT, each team picks their best player to go one-on-one, and you only have 5 dribbles to score. And game can be 6 to honor Bill Russell.
Damn. You gotta tweet somebody that. You gotta send that to Mr. Silver himself, man. Or LeBron. At Silver and LeBron. Like one of them gotta make that happen. That'd be
You know what I mean? So because I'm sitting there, I'm like, all right, so if we're gonna start experimenting, because
let's do it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I'm not even sure what's happening with the Pro Bowl this year. I think it's just strictly skills challenges.
I'm not even looking into it. That's how much is happening. Whatever's happening, good luck, bro.
Yeah, but I'm happy the NBA took a different approach to it, man. That's really cool. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, my only concern with the All-Star game is it being in Utah. Like,
and it's February, so it's cold at that round there. I don't think there's a hot time in Utah. I've never been there.
Never been, personally.
But I can only imagine that February in Utah gotta be
like you just
snowy.
know with the All-Star weekend stigma, like the honeys is flying out, the clubs is popping, everything's moving and shaking. It's like big beach days for 2 days in whatever town you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what's happening in Utah.
I tell you one thing, Peter gonna be out there heavy. Because everybody going to have a fur or a mink or some animal on. So Peter's going to be out there deep.
Big time. A lot of paint. A lot of paint. Fucking up niggas' nights for sure.
Hell yeah, man.
Shit. Oh, man.
All right, man. We're going to close things out with some quick appreciation. The first one, we are Brooklyn-born fellas, you know what I'm saying? Brooklyn-born, Flatbush representatives. Nick Claxton from the Brooklyn Nets is having one of the most improved years I've ever seen out of a basketball player. He was, I guess, labeled as this defensive stopper, but this year he's turned on the offense and he's just become something completely different, and it's been beautiful to watch. It's been something the Nets have needed because since Brook Lopez left, they haven't had a big man that really stood out. So Nick Claxton, he's coming on right on time. I like the way they're going right now. I know KD's out, but big appreciation to Nick Claxton, man. Yo, the boy is good right now. He's showing out.
Anybody in that black and white jersey, I ain't mad at him, man. I ain't mad at him at all. But also, as far as Michael Strahan, man, the boy got a star in Hollywood, man. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a 2-time Emmy winner, Super Bowl champion, you know what I'm saying? Accomplished, I don't want to say author, I'm not positive, but he has acted in a couple of roles as well. So the boy got a star.
Yo. And then the interview with Prince Harry, I mean, watching his continuous ascension from, specialty to specialty to specialty, his talent, he's always been able to adjust. It's just he doesn't get enough appreciation or recognition, if you ask me, for being one of those, I want to say outside of maybe Magic Johnson and Shaq, one of those sports figures that have just made that transition to anything he wanted to do.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And to have been a New York Giant and stuck with New York in everything that he's done, I mean, he
Kudos.
needs a statue somewhere if he
Big
doesn't have it
kudos.
already.
Um, I don't think, yeah, we don't have any in MetLife. He'd be a cool one to get it.
Yeah,
But Lawrence Taylor might have some shit to say,
that's true. That's
but
true.
it'd be nice for him to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, one other person that I do want to send appreciation out to. Club Shay Shay himself, man, Mr.
Oh,
Shannon Sharpe. Like,
you know,
not
I
for
gotta plug that picture in at
oh
this
for
point.
sure, oh for sure. Not more so for the melee, but for him showing up to work next day, apologizing like a man should apologize for a situation they didn't want to be in.
Hmm.
And the fact that he was able to do that in front of Skip and man up and own some shit that he did, taking full accountability for,
Yeah,
and showing Skip how you should apologize if you did some shit that you personally don't even agree with yourself, but you can tell, might have ruffled a few feathers. That boy, don't get me wrong, he said sorry about 18 times in his monologue,
I
but
heard.
I appreciate it though. You know what I'm saying? As a black man, you gotta let everybody know, hey, it was a mistake.
Hmm.
Yes, I'm black, but it was a mistake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because people go, angry black guy,
Yeah.
gym twice a day? Like, he's made a mistake. You know what I mean? Uncle Shay Shay, drink that honey. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? His Lakers was out there. Braun was out there. You know what I'm saying? Little boy. Everybody on the court to him is a little boy. So,
Yeah.
little boy is talking some smack. Hey, man, he want to stand up and say some shit. He can say some shit. But, him, his stature, him being a role model, he came to the plate. He apologized like a man. I don't think he needed the apology to be that long. But hey, to each his own. I'm happy he did it, but I'm more happy he did it in front of Skip to let you know how a man handles business in times of turmoil.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
He
And
did it.
they tried to amplify it in the media like it was a beef, guys. This is what happens when people are not familiar with cultures, right?
Hmm.
I grew up in Flatbush, just like Kenny. At any moment, you can hear a loud conversation. And if you're not used to it, you can confuse it with an altercation.
Correct.
When really, they're just mad because you weren't supposed to cut yet.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't your time to cut. I was going to win the book. We've been playing spades. It's not that big a deal.
That's it.
But if you're not familiar with the culture, you will think that there's a problem over there. So there was never any beef. Kenny said it really good.
Mm-hmm.
They handled it the way they needed to handle it, and that's the way it went. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm glad that they were able to get past it, and here we are.
Yeah, man. Couple items coming up before the next show, actually. Hey, this is y'all heads up. It's the first. So you got about 13 days from the
Yes.
day this drop, man. Valentine's Day is coming, man. Make sure you make that special person in your life even more special that day. And what you also want to do, if you happen to go down that block,
Oh yeah.
Sabu Day. I was told that it can be celebrated on the 13th or the 15th. It don't really matter. Just know they can't get the 14th. But
Facts.
hey, man, to each his own. A lovely holiday weekend is coming up. So, man, do something special for your loved one
And your side, boo.
and your side boo. And your side boo.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
man.
Yeah.
Anything else you got before the next show?
Oh, listen, February 7th. Almost forgot about that. We are gonna have Taste of K,
Yes.
celebrity chef on our live show. Remember, we're live every Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
on Instagram. Come check us out. We're gonna have Taste of K on there. Dope female, man. I think she just hit 2K followers. Shout out to her.
Congrats.
We're going to get on there. We're going to talk about her journey. We're going to talk about how it's going on with her in the East Coast, everything that she's up to. And then, of course, we're going to hit her with the questions, man. You know what I mean?
Man.
Every guest we have, we got to hit them with our our spicy session.
Yeah, you have
See
to.
where they
Got
at
to.
with it.
I mean, because once the burners go off, you know what I'm saying, you gotta go walk away and go do something. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
What you
That's
gonna
it.
do with all this hot food? Like, you know what I'm saying? Something gotta happen. Something gotta turn out from
You know
that.
what I'm
So
saying? Gotta get to the yams in multiple ways. Oh man, anything else before we close out, player?
nah, man. That's February Groundhog Day. You know, regular shit, man. But happy Black History Month once again, and that's all I got, man.
Hey man, so listen, thank you for joining us, man. Don't forget to subscribe before you
Yes,
leave.
yes.
Make sure you share, comment, all that good stuff. Make sure you check out the merch link in the comments. We got all kinds of stuff, man. We know it's still cold out there, so we know you need a Freedom Cage hoodie.
You know you do.
You know what I'm saying? Just get one, man.
Get a quick sweatsuit.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah,
have a
you know what I'm
beanie,
saying?
hats. You know what I'm saying? Real nice, like
All that good stuff,
all
man.
that good shit.
But until then, till the next show, man, you are now released back into your regularly scheduled programming. Corporate life, parental life, entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you do, we salute you. I'm Senor Lee.
King Kapnick.
See you back next pay week when we lock back in to a free state of mind.
We out.
Back on side boot day.
Hey. For those that do that. Not us, but just saying.